adults expect youth to follow a particular path or trajectory, or to fail, or to get into trouble, or some ask and hope that they just become good consumers, good little robots that know how to obey and listen to orders. So I have these conversations with youth, and it's my role to create experiences for them to feel their power and love themselves enough to want to activate their gifts, their talents, to follow their interests, their passions in the service of each other, of the earth, of the now, of the future. And working with food, from what I get in their reflections, some of the local food sovereignty, healing, food justice work in Berkeley, in Oakland, and nationally, the youth say that they find a peace that they've never found when they're working in the earth, whether it's moving bales of mulch or weeding or singing to a seed, an intention or an encouragement to grow, or it's harvesting, making something fresh to share, make someone happy. And a lot of the youth that I work with are learning how to reclaim fresh and use art and their creative messaging to inspire their families to look at fresh as the new cool thing, and as the, oh, this is our right to eat fresh. This ain't just for this wealthy class of people to get all this good stuff. This is what our ancestors were eating, and man, you know what, they were even eating better. They were way connected. So how much of that do we want to bring back or bring forward, and combine that with some of the modern ways that also are enjoyable and sweet and tasty and fun? So I co-direct a national movement of young food justice leaders from communities of color and from other marginalized rural communities, called Rooted in Community, with a great comrade of mine, Katie Casale. And Rick has actually been a network for 12 years now. And it started as groups of organizations that were doing urban gardening and agriculture and nutritional work. And I got involved about 5 years ago as a social change activist, as a healer, as a youth mentor, and was invited to help elevate the conversation and the relevance of this movement and connect it to our sovereignty, our healing, and our reconnecting with the power in our blood, in our ancestry, the creativity that is flowing through us, that wants to come through us, and was asked to bring in different ideas of how to make it more appealing to the youth that are bombarded with all types of other activity and technologies. So I've been working with youth in this network and their mentors, asking them those questions, and having them come up with ways to inspire other youth to get involved in this movement in whatever way makes sense to them. So Rooted in Community gathers programs, anywhere from 30 to 50 programs doing food sovereignty, food justice, leadership and food systems work. Gathers them 3 to 4 times a year to do a few things. One, build solidarity, have a good time, teach each other, peer education workshops, agriculture, permaculture, nutrition, art, how to use creativity and tools for transformation and for provoking people to action, theater, poetry, drums, teaching them direct action, celebration in the streets, marching, advocating, demanding, but also enjoying ourselves and doing that in the streets. Thanks to mentors that I have that have been reminding me of how critical it is to do that, and that it's our space to do that. So we'll be gathering this summer at the main gathering, which is the Youth Leadership Summit, where all youth and their programs and mentors are invited in relevant or parallel work to come share power, share inspiration, share best practices, and come together to actually design campaigns for transforming food policies. The Farm Bill, that right now is a bill to fuel the sick industries that are exploiting our peoples, our lands, and are exploiting tax subsidy systems in a way that allows them to dump food in other countries and ruin their economies and ruin their people and cause more immigration. And a lot of people have to flee their lands to come up to the U.S. And then the U.S. up here doesn't understand that, and they try to criminalize those immigrants. So it's a whole sick cycle, and we're working with the youth to create their own platform, to amplify their voice in the ways they want to demand and to inspire a real people's food bill that will invest in leadership for youth, in entrepreneurship programs, and in the future, in sustainability, in healing as normal, and to really see what game we really want to play and what are we really made of, and can we shift things, and can we shift the climate, and can we bring balance into the hearts and the bodies of the people and the earth. I say yes, the youth say yes, the youth say give us a chance, give us jobs, give us books, give us tools, give us cameras, give us a pen, give us a few prompts too. We'll write, just ask us a few good questions. So that'll be in Philadelphia, July 27th through the 31st, in Pennsylvania. And on that Saturday the 30th, the youth, after some of the trainings in advocacy and direct action, will be hosting a demonstration out in the streets to advocate and demand and inspire and to celebrate. We'll have music, we'll have indigenous native dancers. We'll be combining praying and giving our thanks and our gratitude with advocating for the changes that we're creating and that we're being, and give a space for the youth to be celebrated and to celebrate themselves and to share the richness of their cultures, of their ways, and of their views for the future.